You're more likely to be killed by a cow than a shark, surprising, isn't it? Now let's pause for a moment and let that sink in. It's a jarring thought, to say the least, considering how we have been conditioned to fear sharks and other predatory creatures. Yet it's the seemingly innocuous animals around us that are often the more dangerous ones. This strange paradox is what we're diving into today. We're peeling back the layers of misconception and fear to reveal the truth about the world's deadliest creatures. And trust us, some entries on this list will leave you gobsmacked. We'll be counting down from the least to the most deadly, shedding light on the unexpected perils that lurk in our everyday environments. And though it might be unsettling to realize that danger can come from where we least expect it, it's an important reminder of the untamed nature of our world. Stay tuned as we count down the world's deadliest animals, starting with our number 5 pick. At number 5, we have an animal that might surprise you: the deer. You might be thinking, deer, really? But let's not be deceived by their graceful gait and those innocent, doe-eyed looks. The danger they pose is more indirect and often overlooked, yet it's significant enough to earn them a spot on our list. The danger from deer doesn't come from aggression or venom, but rather from their unexpected appearances on roadways. Every year there are hundreds of thousands of car accidents caused by deer, especially during the dawn and dusk hours when visibility is low and deer are most active. These accidents can result in serious damage to vehicles, injuries, and sadly, a significant number of human fatalities. The numbers are staggering. In the United States alone, deer-related accidents cause about 200 deaths annually. That's more than the combined fatalities from encounters with more traditionally feared animals like sharks, snakes, and bears. Deer are unpredictable creatures. Despite their timid nature, they can bolt out into the road without warning, leaving drivers little to no time to react. This unpredictability, combined with their size and weight, can turn a peaceful drive into a deadly encounter in a split second. And it's not just the collisions that are dangerous. Swerving to avoid hitting a deer is often just as risky, if not more so. Drivers may lose control of their vehicle, veer into oncoming traffic, or crash into roadside obstacles, resulting in equally disastrous outcomes. The irony is that the very qualities that make deer such a beloved part of the natural landscape, their abundance, their grace, their freedom to roam, are also what make them so dangerous to us. So, what's the takeaway here? Stay vigilant, especially when driving in areas known for deer activity. And remember, deer are most active at dawn and dusk, so extra caution is needed during these times. So, the next time you see a deer, remember they're not as innocent as they look. Man's best friend is at number 4, yes, we're talking about dogs. Now, it might be surprising to see our furry companions on a list of the world's deadliest animals. After all, they're often seen as loyal, loving, and protective. However, it's important to remember that dogs, like any other creature, can pose a significant threat if not properly trained or handled responsibly. Every year, there are numerous reports of fatal dog attacks worldwide. These incidents often involve larger breeds and are frequently the result of neglect, abuse, or improper training. While these cases represent a small fraction of the total dog population, they remind us of the potential danger that can lurk beneath that wagging tail and those endearing puppy eyes. In the United States alone, dogs are responsible for around 30 to 50 fatalities annually. These numbers may seem small compared to other animals on our list, but they are nonetheless significant. After all, dogs are a common part of our everyday lives. They're in our homes, our parks, and our neighborhoods. This proximity and frequency of interaction naturally increase the chances of incidents occurring. The importance of responsible pet ownership cannot be overstated. Dogs are not naturally aggressive or dangerous. Most negative behaviors are learned or are responses to fear, stress, or poor treatment. Proper training, socialization, and care can go a long way in preventing tragic incidents. This includes understanding a dog's behavior and body language, providing them with a safe and comfortable environment, and ensuring they are well trained. Remember, dogs are not just pets, they are living beings with their own needs and emotions. They deserve respect, care, and understanding. Too often, incidents of dog attacks are the result of humans failing in their responsibilities as pet owners. So let's do better for our furry friends. Let's be more responsible, more understanding, and more compassionate. It's a sad fact, but even our loyal companions can pose a danger if not handled responsibly. Slithering into the third spot, we have snakes. Now, these creatures might give some of us the heebie-jeebies, but their fascinating nature and deadly potential certainly command respect. Let's shed some light on a chilling fact. It's estimated that every year snake bites are responsible for a staggering 50,000 to 100,000 fatalities globally. That's a number that could fill a large sports stadium. Quite alarming, isn't it? Now, these figures aren't just to scare you, but to emphasize the seriousness of the threat these creatures pose. But not all snakes are created equal. The most lethal ones come with venom so potent it can drop a full-grown elephant. One such terror-inducing serpent is the inland taipan. Native to the arid regions of Central East Australia, its venom is so toxic, a single bite can kill 100 grown men. Then we have the infamous king cobra, the longest venomous snake in the world, and a resident of the dense forests of India and Southeast Asia. Its venom is not as potent as the inland taipans, but it can deliver a much larger dose, enough to take down 20 people or even an elephant. On the other side of the globe, in the Americas, we find the feared rattlesnake. Known for their distinctive rattle at the end of their tails, they possess a potent venom that can cause tissue damage, bleeding, and can be fatal if not promptly treated. Lastly, we can't forget the black mamba, residing in the rocky hills and savannas of southern and eastern Africa. It's not only one of the world's deadliest snakes, but also one of the fastest. These lethal serpents might be found in different corners of the world, but they share a common trait, a venomous bite that is a force to be reckoned with. Snakes may not be everyone's favorite, but their deadly potential is undeniable. The second deadliest animal is small but deadly, the mosquito. These creatures, no bigger than a grain of rice, are responsible for transmitting some of the most dangerous diseases known to mankind. Diseases like malaria, dengue, and Zika virus are all spread by this tiny creature, affecting millions of people around the globe each year. Malaria alone is responsible for over 400,000 deaths annually, a staggering number that underscores the lethal potential of these winged pests. It's not the mosquito itself that's deadly, but the parasites and viruses they carry. When a mosquito bites, it injects these pathogens into the bloodstream, spreading disease with every bite. Then comes dengue, another mosquito-borne disease with a high mortality rate if not treated promptly. In the same vein, the Zika virus, while usually mild, can cause severe birth defects if a pregnant woman gets infected. But there's a silver lining here. These diseases are preventable. Simple measures like using insect repellent, sleeping under mosquito nets, and removing stagnant water can drastically reduce the risk of infection. Governments and health organizations worldwide are also working tirelessly to control and eradicate these diseases, with some success. But the fight is far from over. These tiny creatures carry a deadly punch, proving that size doesn't matter when it comes to danger. And the title for the deadliest animal goes to humans. Perplexing, isn't it? When we think about deadly animals, we typically envision venomous snakes, ferocious tigers, or perhaps even the tiny yet lethal mosquito. But when it comes to the sheer scale of destruction, no other species comes close to us, humans. Let's start with wars and crimes. Throughout history, humans have demonstrated a terrifying ability to wage wars and commit acts of violence against each other. From the bloody battles of antiquity to the world wars of the 20th century and the ongoing conflicts of the present day, we've inflicted unimaginable suffering and death. Then there's crime. Every day, countless acts of violence, harm, and cruelty are carried out by humans against humans, dwarfing the damage done by any other species. But perhaps the most significant reason we top this list is our impact on the environment. Through relentless deforestation, pollution, and climate change, we're not just threatening our own existence, but also that of countless other species. Our actions are causing the extinction of animals at an unprecedented rate, altering ecosystems and disrupting the balance of life on Earth. So yes, in terms of sheer numbers and scale, we humans are indeed the deadliest animals, but we're also the only ones who can change this. As the deadliest animals, we have the responsibility to make the world safer, not just for ourselves, but for all creatures.